I never cared so much about making perfect sense, I wanted to make perfect nonsense. Benoît Debie has shot some of the most visually striking films of the past 2 decades, working with directors from Gaspar Noé to Ryan Gosling. Today I'm going to be talking about his collaboration with Harmony Korine on The Beach Bum, which is visually very similar to Spring Breakers that the two made a few years prior. I will be going over the pre-production process, the techniques Benoît Debie used to shoot The Beach Bum, as well as the equipment that he used to achieve the striking look. After the release of Spring Breakers, Harmony Korine spent some time in Florida and ended up writing The Beach Bum, which was partially based on a set of characters that he had met at the Keys. He wrote the script quickly and cast an array of well-known actors, from Matthew McConaughey to Zac Efron, and even people just in the area. The original role of Moondog was actually written for Gary Oldman, but he ended up turning it down. They began principal photography in November of 2017, and throughout production, the cast would bring their own ideas to their characters. But in Snoop Dogg's matter, even though he was written to play himself, he had the idea of creating a character of his own. When it came to the cinematography of the film, both Korine and Debie wanted to go farther than they had on Spring Breakers, and as Debie is known for his use of colour, they went all out. They also opted to shoot on film as opposed to digital, as Debie was just coming off shooting Jacques Audar's The Sisters Brothers, a film that he is proud of, but felt restricted in terms of the colour limitations. From the very beginning, when I first read the script of The Beach Bum, Harmony told me that he wanted to create an extremely vivid Miami vibe, and for the look to go even further in terms of crazy colours that he had achieved on Spring Breakers. Debie's explosive use of colour is extraordinary in any of his films, but it really stands out against the already vivid Florida backdrop in The Beach Bum. Whilst both films of Harmony Korine were set in Florida, they both had extremely different colour palettes. The stories are different, the cities are different, and the cities at night are different. Korine and Debie talked at length about finding the right location for the film, as you need somewhere with great lighting and design, which is also why they would bring their set designer, Elliot Hostetter. As the budget was low, Debie also looked at what time of day that Miami was at its most vivid and used those as much as possible. As they could not only shoot at these hours, which were mainly sunset, Debie had to resort to using filters which allowed him to change the colours of the ocean and reflections, allowing them to be more vibrant and extreme than usual. As Debie was using LEDs, he was able to light in 360 degrees, allowing the actors to move wherever they wanted to, and he would simply react to their performances. Usually he would shoot handheld and just follow the action. He describes the set as having no rules and everyone is free to do different stuff. They would shoot the same scene over and over again across multiple different locations, and in the final film you can see conversations between characters starting in one location and finishing in another. Korine said this is partly by design, but also because it helps actors develop their characters and performances across the takes.
Give me a Lucky Lotto and a cigar, would you?
Sure.
You don't sell acid, do you?
No.
Debie shot on 35mm film, using the Aricam LT and Ariflex 235, paired with Lomo anamorphic lenses. Lomos are a unique vintage lens, they have a lot of character and unparalleled flares. As for the film stock, he used Kodak's Vision 3 250D and 500T. 250D has incredible skin tones and colour reproduction, as well as being a very colourful film stock in general, allowing Debie to capture the rich colours of Florida. 500T was mainly used for the nighttime scenes, and Debie frequently pushed it by one stop to 1000 ASA as the stock has exceptional dynamic range. Debie also had the opportunity to try out new lights with this film and took full advantage of Arri's new at the time RGBW LED sky panels as well as Astra's pixel tubes. Using these he was able to infuse the film and fill it with vivid colours. The outstanding merit of using LEDs with celluloid film is that you can see and feel the separation of the colours you create on set. With digital it's very difficult to see any of the layers of colour, but the nuances are all there on film.
Coming down off of a 2-day acid trip in the Virgin Islands.
Overall, Debie's use of colour is extremely distinctive and you can tell when you are watching a film shot by him. He was allowed to be extravagant with the colour and he takes full advantage of that. I hope you enjoyed this video looking at Benoît Debie's cinematography on the beach bum. If you have a cinematographer or film that you'd like to see me do a video on, leave a comment down below. If you found this video helpful, a thumbs up is appreciated, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, then hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.